Hi YouTubers, it's Mokosy today, so I'm in the garage again. I am smoking, I think you know I'm smoking, a big ass cigar for life. So hashtag big ass cigar for the win, hashtag big ass cigar for life. So finally, this is the video. Oh yeah, oh baby, with a big ass cigar, this is the video. This is going to be the 7 years since I started smoking video. So a few disclaimers off the bat. Number one, the oil burner, obviously, you may hear in the background. If you're not into, hearing oil burners in the background, please click off right now. Number two, this is going to be a long video, so if you're not into watching long videos, if you're somebody who doesn't like to watch long videos, please click off right now. Also, you may hear cars going by, you may hear the wind, because it's very windy outside. We got snow today in Massachusetts, so yeah, snow in April. Can't believe it. I know a lot of you guys are laughing your asses off, like the big ass cigar, because you live in Florida, where it's probably 75 degrees right outside right now. So, so while I smoke this big ass cigar, I am drinking some whiskey. I think it is. I think it's whiskey. And disclaimer, yes, I'm 25 years old right now. I am 25 years old today. I am legally able to drink and smoke, those big-ass cigars and Coronas. So, I'm not an underage smoker for the last time. Now, while I smoke this big-ass cigar, okay, just going to take a small sip of my whiskey. Whew, that's strong. This is actually a 101 proof whiskey, so it's very strong, very, very full-bodied whiskey. So let's do the video right now. Okay, with a big-ass cigar. So this is a template right here. I can't really show you much because it's very windy outside. This template would just blow away. So it's very, very windy. I apologize. This is what it looks like. Okay, long video, so if you're not into watching long videos, you know what to do. You know to click off right now, because no nasty comments for the last time. Okay? So, I really do apologize. One sec. Wow. You hear that wind in the background? Holy shit. I mean, holy shit. It is just gusty outside right now. Yeah, we actually got snow this morning, so pretty freaking amazing. I mean, whew, damn it. Holy frig. It's amazing. I have to keep the garage door open, though, because if I keep the garage door shut, it's going to get really smoky in here, so I don't want to breathe in my own secondhand smoke, so as I will discuss in the video. So, first thing, let me start the video. This is the start of the video. While I smoke my big-ass cigar, I drink my whiskey. Yes, I'm 25 years old for the last time, okay. So I got my disclaimers off the bat. So, first off, I turned on the camera, not the iPad, obviously. I'm using the iPad to record this. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place right now. I'm just trying to get this video started. So, it's very windy outside. About 30 degrees outside right now. Very, very cold. Yeah, so... excuse me. So, I introduced the video. I said hi. These videos, if you're new to my channel, I apologize. Sorry, I just have a little frog in my throat. So, yeah, if you're new to these videos, what this basically is celebrating 7 years since I started smoking. So, I started smoking pipes and cigars 7 years ago today. So, it's been 7 years exactly, well, not exactly, but because I started at like 5 o'clock in the evening. So, this video, the point of this video is to celebrate 7 years I started smoking. Okay, so, I turned on the iPad, I said hi, and I am going to explain right now how this video is going to work. So, basically, I'm reading off a Word document. I can't show you it because it's just going to blow away because of the wind. I apologize, it's really windy outside. Blame Mother Nature, not me, because it's just a crappy day outside. It was hailing outside, so So, the way this video is going to work for people who are new, now some people have watched my channel for a long time, for like 3-5 years. Some people are very new subscribers. So the way this video works is basically I read off the Word document and it's in numeral order, meaning there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. And I basically explain things that have happened in the last 7 years. So I will explain things like health, I will explain things like what I've smoked, what I've used for tobacco, I will discuss what I've never used for tobacco, or burn one off the background. I will discuss, am I still happy smoking? I will discuss, my opinions on certain tobacco products. So enough rambling. Now, I explained how this video is going to work. I'm just going off the Word document right here. It's sitting under the ashtray because it's so windy. It's going to blow away otherwise. So, again, long video. So if you're not into watching long videos, don't watch. So what have I used or smoked in the last? When I say used, I mean tobacco products. When I say smoked, I mean actual smokable tobacco products: cigarettes, cigars, pipes. One more thing before I start the video, I know I'm rambling all over the place, is I'm going to try and make this video more brief. I'm going to try and make it less rambling and more to the point. So I look back at my older videos and they're really kind of crappy, honestly. So, okay, the video starts right now, the topic starts right now. So, what have I used in the last, or smoked in the last 7 years for tobacco? I have smoked and used, because obviously tobacco can be smoked or, smokeless. So, there's smokable tobacco, there's smokeless tobacco. And I don't think I have to explain each one of these things. I think most people are smart. Most people who are watching this video are pretty smart. So I don't have to explain and baby you and explain how this video is going to work. Because, if you like the video, watch the video. If you don't like the video, don't watch the video. So, okay. I have smoked and used in the last 7 years cigarettes, cigarillos, tobacco blunts, cigars, little cigars, pipes, hookah, nasal snuff, and e-cigarettes. So I have used a lot of tobacco products in the last 7 years. I have used cigarettes, cigars, little cigars. When I say little cigars, I mean like the Jarms. Tobacco blunts, which are like the gas station cigars. Hookah, pipes, nasal snuff, and e-cigarettes. So I've used the majority of tobacco products. I will get into later the tobacco products I have never used. So I've used a lot of tobacco products. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Cigarettes, cigars, pipes, hookah, nasal snuff, e-cigarettes, pretty damn cool. Okay, what I want to explain now is something that I get a lot of messages about. I don't chain smoke. So, I don't chain smoke, nor do I smoke cigarettes anymore. So, I get a lot of comments, people saying, like, how much do you smoke, are you like this heavy chain smoker person who's smoking like 10 cigars a day, 10 pipes? I'm not. So, contrary to popular belief, in other words, I may have tried a lot of tobacco products, but I don't like sit there with a cigar in my mouth all day long and smoke. So, contrary to popular belief, even though you see a lot of videos of me smoking, I only smoke on average 3 times a day. So, I'm not sitting with a cigar in my mouth, just smoking all day long, inhaling smoke. I don't inhale. So, anyway. So, yeah. I don't chain smoke. I don't sit there with a pipe in my mouth all day long. I'm not this heavy, 20 cigar a day smoker like Sigmund Freud. So, and I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Now, for people who are wondering, people are going like, what? What? Smoking actually smokes cigarettes? What? I used to smoke cigarettes. So, a long, long, long time ago, in 2009, when I first turned 18 years old, yeah, I smoked cigarettes for a short amount of time, but I don't anymore. So I still get comments saying, when are you going to try cigarettes? Review cigarettes. Come on, dude, review cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm not a cigarette smoker anymore. I am a former cigarette smoker, meaning I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I tried smoking cigarettes for a very short amount of time. I quit. So I know a lot of people say, why don't you review cigarettes? Why don't you do cigarette reviews? It's because I don't smoke them anymore, and I hate cigarettes. So I want to explain now why and how I don't chain smoke. So when people see my videos, they're like, wow, he must be like a heavy, heavy smoker. He must be like smoking like a train. And the reality is, I actually don't. I don't sit there with a cigar in my mouth all day long and just smoke. Yes, I smoke more than the average user. The average smoker, the average cigar smoker smokes probably one cigar a day at the most. But, you know what, I smoke 2 cigars a day and 1 pipe. I don't sit there with a cigar in my mouth all day long and just, smoke for all day long. So that's the point I'm trying to get across. Is, contrary to popular belief, even though I've tried a lot of tobacco products, I don't just sit there going, snuff this, pipe this, cigar this, I'm not this heavy, crazy habitual smoker, this nicotine addict who's just smoking all day long. I'm not. Now I want to explain, I quit smoking cigarettes regularly almost 6.5 years ago. I apologize, the cigar has a little bit of a tight draw. Yeah, this is a cigar my mom got me from the liquor store. Has not the best draw in the world. Don't want to tell her that because that'll make her feel sad. So, anyway. So I quit smoking cigarettes almost 6.5 years ago. So, it's been since I, was smoking cigarettes. I quit them pretty much 6.5 years ago. So that would be November 2009, which ironically is the same month my dad quit smoking 20 years ago. 21 years. This year will be 21, 22 years since my dad quit smoking. So, yeah, I don't mention my dad very often. So, yeah, November 2009, I quit cigarettes on a regular basis. Now, contrary to popular belief, I know a lot of people are going to say, like, well, you must have been this, like, crazy, like, cigarette smoker. I wasn't. So, I was a very, 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 very light cigarette smoker. I was less than a quarter pack a day, so less than an eighth of a pack a day. So what I would do is I would sit on the deck, and I would puff, one. I didn't even inhale cigarettes. Yeah, people are going to say, what? What? You didn't even inhale cigarettes? What? You Bill Clinton? What? So I didn't even inhale cigarettes. It was a stupid thing I did when I was 18 years old because I was young and I was stupid. So, well, not stupid, but you get the point. I would just smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes on the deck and just go like that. I didn't even inhale them. It wasn't like I was this crazy pack-a-day smoker, pack-and-a-half-a-day smoker who was, constantly smoking, like a pack and a half a day. No. It was just a stupid thing I did when I was younger, and I regret it every day because it's probably damaged my body somewhat. So yeah. I quit smoking cigarettes almost 6.5 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I'm just talking a little bit too fast. I apologize. So I want to explain now when and why I quit smoking cigarettes. So, obviously, almost 6.5 years ago, I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit them regularly in November 2009. I quit them altogether in May. Wow, that's a lot of wind. So, May 2010. So, May 2010, I quit them altogether. With a few exceptions. So, what I'm trying to say is, on a regular basis, meaning a daily basis, I quit smoking cigarettes in November 2009. So, then I quit them altogether. Like, between November and May 2009, 2010, I would, occasionally have a cigarette. Once in a great while, have a cigarette. I think I bought, a pack of Marlboro Reds once. But I wouldn't smoke them on a daily basis. And again, I was never, this crazy pack and a half a day smoker. Or, sorry. It never was a crazy addiction to me. It wasn't like I was smoking a pack and a half a day. So I'm not a chain smoker for the last time. So, with a few exceptions here and there. So, as of May 2010, I quit smoking cigarettes altogether. So I'm no longer a cigarette smoker. There were a few exceptions here and there. You know, I think I had a puff off a cigarette. I think my friend gave me a cigarette and I smoked it. But in terms of altogether, I quit them altogether in May 2010. So, when was the last time I had a cigarette? So, June 2013, or 2013, whatever. I know a lot of people in Cigar Gang are particular about that. So, 2013, 2013, whatever. Wow, it's windy. So yeah, June 2013, I had my last cigarette. So I have been totally cigarette-free for almost 3 years. So almost 3 years since I had my last cigarette. So I have been totally cigarette-free, no exceptions, not even a puff off a cigarette, for almost 3 years. So yeah, June 2013, I had my last cigarette. So yeah, okay. So now I want to discuss what I have never used for tobacco products, or nicotine products. Some of these are tobacco products, like actual physical tobacco. When I say actual tobacco, I mean it's the actual tobacco leaf, like pipe tobacco has a tobacco leaf. When I say nicotine or, other tobacco products, I'm referring to things that aren't smokable, like patches, gum, inhaler, things like dissolvable tobacco products, like the candy tobacco products you see. Whew. Getting a little bit smoky in here. So, I have never used, for tobacco products or nicotine products, chewing tobacco, dipping tobacco, snus, American or Swedish. I have never used dissolvable tobacco products. I have never used patches. I've never used gum or any type of quit smoking aids. So, I have never used chewing tobacco like Chosky for the Josky. I've never used chewing tobacco, never used dip, never used snus, never used American or Swedish snus, never used any kind of like wet snus, wet snuff, never used any oral smokeless tobacco products, never used dissolvables. I have never used patches, gum, lozenges, inhaler. I have never used any kind of quit smoking aids because I'm not interested in quitting smoking. So I have no interest whatsoever in quitting smoking. So I'm happy smoking. I'm happy using tobacco products, so I'm not going to quit smoking anytime soon, really ever. So I would, it's my own body, so I make my own choices. So those are the tobacco products I've never used. So I've never used patches, gum, inhaler, never used chewing tobacco, never used dip, never used American Swedish snus, never used any kind of like dissolvables, strips, anything like that. So now we're getting to the good stuff. We're at 18 minutes. Okay, just talking too fast. Yeah, I swear when I talk too fast, it almost makes me lose my breath. So, okay, so my favorite tobacco products. So as of current, what are my favorite tobacco products? So my favorite tobacco products are tobacco pipes, not pot pipes. I don't smoke pot. So I don't smoke pot, I don't use any drugs. So my favorite tobacco products are tobacco pipes and cigars, tobacco cigars. So, yeah, so those are currently my favorite tobacco products. Is the pipe, meaning not the. A lot of people think I roll my own cigarettes. For the last time, I don't. My favorite tobacco products are the pipe, meaning briar, clay, meerschaum, corn cob, that kind of stuff, and cigars. So actual premium hand-rolled cigars. When I say cigars, I don't mean the crap you get at 7-Eleven. I don't mean the crap you get at the gas station or pharmacy, whatever. I mean actual premium hand-rolled cigars, like big boy cigars, like Padron, Ashton, Fuente, Opus X, that kind of stuff. Ashton. So I'm not talking about like the crap Black and Mild, the crap Swisher Sweets, or Phillies Blunts, that kind of stuff. Okay, favorite types of pipes. So my favorite types of pipes currently are briar and corncob. Really, I've tried a... Wow! Jesus! That's big gust. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's really, really, really windy. Sorry about that. So, my favorite types of pipes are briar and corncob. So, briar and corncob. I like briar pipes and I like corncob pipes. Really, like I said before the wind interrupted me, I have tried a lot of pipes. I have tried Calabash, I have tried Clay, Meerschaum, I have tried Pearwood, but really when it comes down to it, it's corncob or briar. Oh, sorry about that, it got something in my eye. I swear it's so windy outside, it's not even funny. I wish I could keep the garage door shut, but it just gets too smoky in here. Car going by. So, yeah. So, briar and corncob are my favorite pipes. Now, my favorite types of cigars... One sec. Oh, sorry. Nothing. My favorite types of cigars are Churchill, Toro, Robusto, anything with a small ring gauge aside from Lanceros, or a very small ring gauge. So for cigars, I love Toros, Robustos, Churchills. I love those big-ass cigars, like this big-ass cigar right here. Robustos, Toros. Really, the only thing I don't like for cigars, I'm not a big fan of those big, fat cigars that look like a sausage. So, yeah, it didn't sound right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, like, the big, fat cigars that have, like, a 65 ring gauge. I do like the big-ass cigars. But I'm not a big fan of, like, those huge, giant cigars that have, like, a 70 ring gauge. Because honestly, they kind of suck, honestly. They don't burn very well. But I do like the big-ass cigars. I don't like Lanceros because they have a very tight draw. And one of my big pet peeves is I would rather have a loose draw that I can control versus a tight draw. So I would rather have a cigar that has a very loose draw as opposed to a very tight draw. So Churchills, Toros, Robustos, anything with small ring gauge, aside from Lanceros. So what have I tried for pipe tobacco? So in the last 7 years for pipe tobacco, I have tried Aromatic, English, Balkan, Virginia. Vapor, Burley, English Aromatics. So I have tried a lot of different kinds of pipe tobacco. Aromatic, English, Balkan, Virginia, Vapor, Virginia Perique, Virginia Burley, English aromatics, ton of tobaccos, pipe tobaccos for a pipe. Obviously, for the last time, I do not roll my own cigarettes. I get questions all the time from people saying, "Oh, dude, are you like rolling your own cigarettes? Or are you like taking a rolling machine and rolling cigarettes?" And I have to say, very politely, no. For the last time, I am putting the tobacco in the bowl of a pipe. In the bowl of a corncob, Meerschaum, briar, clay pipe. Not a pot pipe, but a tobacco pipe. So, I'm putting in the bowl of a pipe. So, I have tried a lot of tobaccos. Aromatic, English, Balkan, Virginia, Vapor, Burley, English aromatics, crossover blends, hybrids, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just looking over there. So, I want to make a point right now that I have tried a hell of a lot of pipe tobaccos. So, I've tried a lot of pipe tobaccos. A lot of people think, I don't do pipe tobacco reviews as much as I used to. 1 minute. Sorry, my parents are just leaving. So, yeah, I have tried a lot of pipe tobaccos. I know a lot of people think, oh, you don't review pipe tobaccos that much anymore. But the point I'm trying to make is I have tried a hell of a lot of pipe tobaccos. I have tried, let's see, this is actually the next topic. How many pipe tobaccos have I tried? So currently, as of now, I have tried 254 pipe tobaccos. So that's a lot. Now, that's not all the tobaccos that are out there. I mean, there's probably 20,000 pipe tobaccos out there, 25,000. But I have tried 254 pipe tobaccos. That's a lot. So that's over 250, which is a quarter of 1,000. So I have tried a lot of pipe tobaccos. I have tried English, aromatic, crossover blends, hybrids, burleys, Virginias, vapors. I've tried sweet tobaccos, mild tobaccos, bland tobaccos, strong tobaccos for a pipe for the last time. Okay, the ash just fell off. And I really do apologize for the wind and there being interruptions in the video. There's nothing I can really do about it. It's just, unfortunately, the wind is just whipping outside today. So I apologize for that. So my favorite pipe tobacco as of now. I want to discuss my favorite pipe tobacco while I smoke my big gas cigar. So, my favorite pipe tobacco as of now is Luxury Bullseye Flake by Peter Stokkebye. That is my favorite pipe tobacco. So, that is a vapor. It's a Virginia Perique. Wow! Holy mother! Whew! It is windy. So, I apologize for the wind. So, I have tried... my favorite pipe tobacco right now is Luxury Bullseye Flake by Peter Stokkebye. It is a Virginia, Cavendish, and Perique blend. And it is very reputable. I'd say it's very reputable. It's a medium-bodied pipe tobacco, medium strength, not super strong, super mild. I think most pipe smokers know what Luxury Bullseye Flake is. It's a popular form of tobacco. It is made by Peter Stokkebye, so it's a pretty well-known tobacco. And that is my favorite pipe tobacco. And that's been my favorite pipe tobacco for probably about a year now. Before that, my favorite pipe tobacco was Harf&Homer Monda. So Harf&Homer Monda was my old favorite tobacco. That's a Latakia blend. Now my favorite tobacco is Peter Stokkebye's Luxury Bullseye Flake. So, okay, our burner went off. So, where am I? Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up. What I have tried for cigars. So, cigars, meaning premium hand-rolled cigars, not gas station cigars. I've tried Connecticut. I've tried Oscuro. I've tried Maduro. I've tried a lot of different kinds of cigars. So, I've tried a lot of cigars. Now, I smoke cigars on a regular basis. I smoke Flor de Olivia, which is a very nice cigar, a nice big-ass cigar. But I have tried a lot of different kinds of cigars. I've tried Connecticut, I've tried Oscuro, Maduro, that kind of stuff. So, I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. Like those big-ass cigars. So, I want to tell you guys, obviously, that I've tried a lot of cigars. I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. Not as much as some, more than others. I have tried probably, let's see, that's actually the next topic. How many cigars have I tried, roughly? I would say, when it comes down to it, how many cigars have I tried, roughly? I would say probably a few hundred. Now, obviously, in terms of different brands, I really will never know because I'm not keeping track. I don't have a tally sheet where I'm keeping track of cigars. So, Probably in terms of different brands, different types, if you include the subtypes of Padrones, Ashtons, Fuentes, this kind of stuff, I would say well over 100. I would say well over 100 easily. Probably closer to 200, because I have tried a lot of cigars. I've tried a hell of a lot of cigars. So, and the point I'm trying to make with this, with pipe tobacco and cigars, is I've tried a lot. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, you're just whatever. You know what? I don't care. But you know what? I've got comments saying you're a noob, but you know what? I'm not a noob. I've tried hundreds of pipe tobaccos. I've tried hundreds of cigars. I'm not a noob. That's a troll comment I get quite frequently. So, how many cigars? Okay, I did that. So I discussed how many cigars I've tried, how many pipe tobaccos I've tried. I discussed the types of cigars, Connecticut, Escuro, Maduro. I have tried a lot of different kinds of pipe tobacco, aromatic, English, Virginia, Balkan. So that's pretty good. Now I want to discuss what I've noticed health-wise. So some of you are going to like this, some of you are going to not. I know some people like hearing what I've noticed health-wise. Some people don't like health rants. They don't like health rants because it just brings up the bad things about smoking. So, and obviously we all know smoking is not good for you, but I want to discuss what I've noticed health-wise. So, while I smoke my big-ass cigar, I want to discuss what I've noticed health-wise. So, in the last 7 years, what have I noticed health-wise? So, if you follow my videos, if you watch my videos, if you're a new subscriber, you might not know this. I've noticed the same basic things health-wise that I've noticed over the last 7 years. There has been no dramatic change over the last 6 months to a year. I don't really notice anything big new health-wise. So, I have noticed dry gums, dry mouth, dry throat. That's pretty much the biggest thing I can attribute. Really, when it comes down to it, in terms of health, really the biggest thing I can attribute to pipe and cigar smoking in terms of health is dry gums, dry mouth, dry throat. And that's really it. A lot of people say, well, you're killing yourself, man. You know, you're smoking tar. You know, you're burning tobacco. You know what, whatever. We all know it's all not good for you. But you know what? At a certain point, I'm 25 years old. I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions to smoke. So, so dry gums, dry mouth, dry throat. That's the biggest thing I contribute to health. So, the next thing I can attribute to health is waking up with a slightly scratchy throat. So when I wake up in the morning, I get a little bit of like a scratchy throat. If you notice in my videos in the morning, I have a little bit of a hoarse throat. That's just basically from the the smoke hitting the back of my throat. Obviously, when you smoke the big gas cigars or the pipes, whatever, or you smoke anything, you obviously the smoke hits your larynx, so your pharynx, which is the back of your throat. So I do wake up with a little bit of a scratchy throat. I have a little bit of scratchiness in the back of my throat in the morning. The next thing is I do occasionally, very occasionally, get little sores on my mouth. I wouldn't call them canker sores, but if you watch my other videos, my other anniversary videos, you know. So I get, little, they're not really sores, I wouldn't call them. They're irritation spots. So in the side of my lip, right here, because I hold my pipe in my mouth, I get a little bit of irritated skin. So the skin in my mouth gets a little bit irritated, and I call that pipe lip. Pipe lip. So, like people call it gator lip with dip, So, yeah, I wouldn't call them really like canker sores. Like, obviously the troll's going to say, well, you must have like a gaping sore in your mouth, this big bleeding sore. No. What I would call it is a little bit of irritated skin. the skin of my mouth is a little bit irritated. And that's just from holding the pipe and cigar in my mouth over and over again in the same place. So obviously I get them occasionally over here, over here, over here, and they're just little patches of skin that are a little bit irritated. And that's just due to holding the pipe in my mouth a certain way. Because obviously you hold your pipe in the side of your mouth. So, I do, wow, it is windy. I do get, from smoking a pipe especially, I do smoke a pipe pretty fast. I know a lot of people say slow down, slow down, man. Take a deep breath, don't smoke fast, it causes tongue bite. I do smoke a pipe a little bit fast. I do get almost like a little bit of a gagging reflex, and I do cough a little bit, so I think that's from the smoke going in my throat, and basically caused me to have a little bit of a gagging reflex. I almost call it like a pipe reflux, like acid reflux, and it's just from, smoking the pipe too fast. Whew! It is windy. I really do apologize for the noise. So, yeah, I would call it like, it's not like a really constant thing. I don't notice like all the time. Like, I'm not, contrary to popular belief, I'm not, coughing all the time, not wheezing all the time. But I do notice a little bit, almost like a little bit of a gagging reflex. And that's just from, excuse me. That's just from smoking too fast. So when I smoke too fast, I almost go like that, and almost have like a little bit of a gagging reflex. So next thing I want to talk about is what I do to reduce my health risk. So to reduce my health risk, I do moderation, not inhaling, smoking in a ventilated space, not smoking cigarettes anymore, rinsing with water after I smoke, good oral hygiene, having my dentist check my mouth for oral cancer. So first off, moderation. So I'm not this heavy, big time 20 cigar a day smoker, so I do it in moderation. Second, I don't inhale, so I don't actually breathe the smoke into my lungs and inhale it. Third off, I smoke in a ventilated space. So the garage is a ventilated space because the door's open, so I'm not breathing in my own secondhand smoke. I do notice if I smoke in a non-ventilated space too much, I get more chest colds frequently. So yeah, a couple of years ago I got chest colds frequently because I was smoking in a non-ventilated space. So I don't smoke cigarettes for the last time, so I'm not smoking cigarettes on top of smoking pipes and cigars. So some people are cigarette and cigar smokers or pipe and cigarette smokers. I don't smoke cigarettes, so that's one less thing I have to worry about. And I don't chew, I don't dip on top of it. It's not like I'm chewing or smoking cigarettes and smoking cigars. So I'm only using 2 tobacco products. I'm not using a ton of tobacco products. Even though I've tried a lot of tobacco products, I don't use like a ton of tobacco products. I rinse my mouth with water after I smoke. So this is something that was suggested through Rain Dog on YouTube. He basically said to drink water because if you don't drink water after you smoke, you can it can lead to cancer cells in your mouth basically, because what you're trying to do with the water is flush out the tar. So when you drink water, it flushes out the tar. Also, by brushing your teeth, rinsing with mouthwash, you flush out the tar. You flush out all that tar from your mouth, and that reduces your risk, because you're not having tar sitting on your gums and your lips. And some people, especially older smokers, will just smoke all day long, and they'll drink a lot of whiskey, drink a lot of beer, and they won't ever brush their teeth, which is really gross. So that's really gross. I mean, honestly, if you don't brush your teeth, that's gross. So obviously, I maintain good oral hygiene. I brush my teeth twice a day for 2 minutes. I rinse with mouthwash. I floss once a day. I rinse with water, so I'm maintaining good oral hygiene. What I'm trying to explain is that I'm doing things to reduce my health risks, to counteract the effects of tobacco. So, and I obviously have my dentist check me for oral cancer. So, my dentist, I'm not going to mention his name, but he checks my mouth on a 6-month basis for oral cancer. They pull your tongue, they look at your tongue, your lips, your gums, and they see to see if there's any changes in the lining of your mouth. So, I do things to reduce my health risk. I'm not just, somebody who says, well, I don't care, whatever. I do things like smoking in a ventilated space, not inhaling. I do rinse my mouth with water. I am not inhaling, so I do things to counteract the effects of tobacco. So also, I'm trying to lose weight, obviously, to reduce my risk of heart disease. I'm doing things to, reduce my health risks. Now, next thing, this is the last thing on the first page. We're at 40 minutes. So, I don't inhale pipes and cigars. So for the last time, people who are wondering, I don't actually inhale my pipes and cigars. And pipes and cigars, for the last time, are not meant to be inhaled. They are meant to be puffed on. So when you smoke a cigar like this big-ass cigar, what you do is you go like this, and you just puff it. I'm not directly inhaling into my lungs. I'm not, going like that and inhaling. I do retrohale through my nose, but I don't actually inhale. So that's another thing I do. Now, we're at the second page right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is, and obviously I don't inhale for the last time, I'm like Bill Clinton, so, is what my doctors and dentists have said about my smoking. So, what they have basically said about my smoking is my dentist, which I'm not going to use his name again, because that's his confidentiality. So, he said, your gums look a little puffy. So, when he's examined my mouth, like the first time I saw him, when I switched to a dental dentist, he basically said, yeah, your gums look a little puffy and a little bit irritated in places. Nothing to be overly concerned with, but if you continue to use tobacco products, yeah, so, he's basically said that my gums look a little irritated. They don't look like they're gaping open, the troll's going to say, your gums are like bleeding, your gums are like falling out, your gums are black. No. Excuse me, I'm getting laryngitis from talking too much. So, obviously he said my gums look a little puffy, but that's about it. He says my gums look very healthy. And also the hygienist has said my gums, sorry about that, my gums look very healthy overall. Overall, I have great teeth. I have great gums. My gums overall look very healthy. They do look a little puffy in places, and it's something I have to consider down the road, but not right now. So, my doctor, my primary care, has basically said that I have very good lungs. So, even though I smoke, I have very good lungs as of now. Now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I'm not sure. But as of right now, I have very good lungs. So, my lungs sound very good, they sound very clear, I don't have wheezing, I don't have coughing, I'm not coughing up phlegm constantly, so I have very good lungs overall. So, and the hygienist has said about my gums, she said, yeah, I would not guess you smoke because your gums look very healthy, Your teeth look very white. Your teeth aren't stained at all, so that's good. So now I want to discuss what my dentist has said about my oral hygiene, my teeth overall. So he has said